Hello, we are live, and tonight we're going to be talking about content that is captivating and converting. So let me ask you a question. Are you creating content right now that is captivating and that is converting into sales for you and for your business? Let me know as you're jumping on in the comments, you guys. Let me know. Are you creating content that is converting? Are you monetizing on it? Hi, Angela. Hey, Angelo. Hey, Debbie. Thank you so much. Hi, Barb. So tonight is a bonus session. A bonus session for you ladies who might be jumping on right now. You may not be part of boot camp. You may be just catching this and thinking, ooh, what is she talking about? This is actually one of our bonus sessions from our 5-day boot camp that we just went through, but you're in luck because this applies to everybody in business, much like the boot camp. But why I do this is because I have been following along, listening to your questions, and I want to help you even further your business, okay? And what is the one thing that most entrepreneurs struggle with and want to know more of? And that is, how do I create quality content? How come I'm getting crickets, right? Raise your hand if you are having that problem or if you have ever had that problem. Okay, raise your hand and let me know. Hello, Mandy. Hey, everyone. Thank you for jumping on and watching. So for those of you who may be jumping on and it's your first time seeing me, because this group has been growing so much in the past few months, my name is Amanda Kajek, and I'm a mom of 2 toddlers. I have a 5-year-old son and a 4-year-old daughter who keep me very busy. And that is really why I created this group. I created this group to help women to grow and scale their businesses and to be able to have that work-life balance, to be able to really overcome all of that self-doubt and to dig in and to get to their dreams. But I'm going to show you how to do it in half the time, okay? That's my specialty, is showing you how to do it in half the time, because I've been able to do that myself, and I've taken everything and packaged it all up so that I can share it with you, okay? So if you, for some reason, have missed our boot camp, you want to get in there and get in those sessions as fast as you can, because tomorrow at midnight, they come down, you guys. Tomorrow at midnight, all of those sessions come down. They are in Unit 5 in this group right now, but tomorrow they will be taken down from there, okay? So get in there and get in as much as you can. And if you haven't had a conversation with me and you have questions and you're feeling stuck, please reach out to me, okay? Please reach out to me. I've been trying to talk to as many of you as I can. My thumbs are literally cramping. My voice is cracking because I've been talking so much in voice memos, okay? So make sure you're reaching out to me if you're stuck or you have questions about how you can go forward and grow and scale your business, okay? So tonight I have this juicy bonus session for you. And I promise you that you're going to walk away with some golden nuggets, okay? So let's get ready, okay? So I see a lot of hands going up, a lot of hands saying that they're having those crickets. They're having people not showing up. They're not sure what to post, okay? So Melissa's saying, I'm excited to clean house in my group and kick people out that don't participate, which is 99%. And you know, Melissa, it could be just the way you're turning up on your feed, right? It could be that there's not that two-way engagement and that reciprocation, which is something that you really will notice in this group, right? You do want to be active, and then you attract the right people and you end up with an amazing group like this profitable mompreneur group, right? And or it could simply be that your market has changed, right? Your market has changed. Maybe you've leveled up and the people that are in that group aren't where you would like them to be now. So doing a clean out is probably a really good idea. Okay, so we're going to be talking about some top tips for creating content that converts, okay? So first, I also want to point out again that tomorrow is our last day, okay? I've given you all through the weekend to catch up, and today and tomorrow as well to catch up, okay? These bonus sessions are just as you know, to help you also along the way, but I really want you to focus on the information that we covered in bootcamp, and to, you can have been taking these things that I had given you and generated leads and close sales over the length of this boot camp, okay? The length of these few days together. And some ladies have already done that, okay? And I would love to know if you have done that. Please share your wins, okay? Please share your wins with us if you have done that, okay? So let's get into this, okay? I have a interesting statistic for you guys, okay? Did you know that only about 10 to 20% of the people on your wall will make it all the way to the bottom of your post? Did you know that? It's probably not a shocker. It's probably not a shocker because what do you do when you go on Facebook? If you're a serious businesswoman and you're showing up on Facebook, you probably don't want to be wasting time scrolling and slowly reading and commenting, right? And taking a really long time. You want to get in, get out, and get the job done, okay? If you're taking this seriously to grow and scale your business, that's what I recommend. But you do want to make those quality connections and you do want to be leaving quality engagement, okay? So something for you to think about, and I'm going to bring that up in one of my points, is that yes, only 10 to 20% of people make it to the bottom of your posts, okay? So there's a few tips that I have for you in order for you to be coming up with quality and quality engagement and quality leads from your posts, okay? So is your content captivating? Okay, that's the first thing. If you're showing up and you're creating a post that doesn't have a title, it doesn't have a title to hook them, okay, and this is something we talk about a lot in the academy, right? If it doesn't have a captivating title, something that's interesting, relatable, or that can hook them, then you're probably going to lose them to begin with. That could be one reason why you're getting crickets, right? You have to really think about putting the information that's important, that you really, really want people to hear and see. You want to think about putting that at the beginning of your paragraphs, okay? Because think, if people aren't reading all the way down, right, they're probably starting at the beginning of the sentences, right? So we read from left to right. When you start the sentence, you're kind of catching everything at the beginning, but you get about like 4 or 5 words in, and then you start skim reading, right? And then if all of your stuff is just like chunked together in one big lump, people are losing the information, okay? So if you want something to really stand out, you guys, these are statistics and these are facts. You want to have that information that's the most important at the very beginning of that paragraph. So right when you first start your sentence, and then even if you have a lot to say, and even if it goes against like the traditional way you were taught in school to write a paragraph, if it's a big paragraph, you want to break it up. You want to break it up. And this kind of comes into what we've been taught if you've, like in courses and stuff that I've taken for email, blogs, that type of thing. When you're writing, you want to really draw people down with you. You want the eye goes down, right? Because when we read on social media, it's a scrolling, right? Where they have to scroll down in order to see it. Whereas when you're reading a book or something like that, you're going left to right, right? So you're starting at the left, you're starting with your most important information. That's the first thing they want to see. Okay, hey Ash, hey Lexi. And you want to make sure you're grabbing them with those main points at the beginning. And because you're probably writing more than one sentence, what you want to do is you want to break up those paragraphs, right? So you'll see people do that by adding the little white space in between there, right? So making a paragraph break, right? So you write a couple sentences, add a big gap, then write another one, then add a big gap. So you're really focusing in on those points that you want to stand out, okay? Really what you can do, another really good thing, is you want to ask a question, okay? Ask a question, just like I did at the beginning of this live video. What happens when someone asks you a question? It makes you think right away, and it makes you, in your mind, even if you're not answering in the comments or out loud, you're answering it in your mind, right? It makes you think right away. So a really great way to captivate right off the bat is to ask a question, okay? Always, this is another really good tip. I hope you guys are writing this stuff down, or you can watch back and write it down. But another really great tip is to keep it short and, of course, value driven, right? Always to the result or the transformation or that point that they're going to be interested in, okay? And again, you really want to make sure that you're remembering people don't have time, so they really are skimming, right? So really good ways to be able to catch their attention and to do that, where I'm talking about draw the eye down, is to add emojis, right? Add emojis, shorten up what you're gonna say. So when you go to write a post, if it feels a little bit wordy, if it feels a little bit long, if it literally looks like you're doing a blog post on your Facebook profile, you can pretty much guarantee no one's gonna read it. They're gonna catch the top, they're going to catch all the emojis that stand out, right? But if there's too many of those, they're probably going to get bored too, right? And then they're going to skip to the bottom or look at your picture, and they're just going to leave a comment that is like, you know, probably saying something that is like, "Ooh, great photo," right? They're going to comment on your photo rather than the content that you provided. How many of you have seen that? How many of you have seen that? It happens a lot, doesn't it? And it usually means that you're just losing their interest. It doesn't mean that they're not interested in what you have. It just means that you're losing their interest because it's too long. So keep it short. Keep all of the information at the very start of your sentences and paragraphs, and make sure you're breaking it up and drawing the eye down. Use emojis because that's going to help. Okay, keep the interest and get to your point quickly. If it's something that is a beneficial post, like something of education, something that's adding tips, always have a call to action. Like if I was on my personal page with this right now, this content that I'm providing you, this is educational, right? This is value driven. So I would say, you know, if you want more information like this, you liked what you're hearing, come and visit us over in the Profitable Mompreneur. Getting a phone call at the same time. Come and visit us over at the Profitable Mompreneur, where we share more tips and tricks like this, right? Simple, okay? And the other thing, and I'm just going to read, I'm seeing a lot of questions coming in. Hey, Debbie, thanks for watching. So should we write our link first? Belissa, if you've been listening along, and I would recommend going into bootcamp, you should not have your link. You should not have your link. We're talking about right now the information that you're providing on your personal profile, and you don't want to be posting your links at all, okay? Your call to action, if you had something that you wanted them to look at, would, after you provide value, would be for them to send you a message if they're interested in learning more, okay? Or to, if you found value in this, drop a fire emoji below. And then when they do that, then you would reach out to them and have a conversation saying, you know, I'm just responding to the comment that you left on my post. Thank you so much for this engagement. I'd love to get to know you more. What was it that you found so valuable about the post, right, that you commented on? And then you would build that rapport, and then you would ask them if they would like to take a look more in depth, and you would send them your link. You're never sending a link unless you ask, unless they say yes, and unless they want it, because you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time and you're killing a lead that you could have probably had, right? So that's why value is so important. It's not about the sale. It's about serving and the value. It's a hard thing to wrap your head around. It really is a hard thing to wrap your head around when we've been told the exact opposite. I'm teaching you the exact opposite of what we've been told and ingrained in our head, okay? And I just gave you some golden nuggets there as well. So you'll probably want to read or listen back and write this down. But yes, you would want to make sure that you're having a conversation with them first, and then getting to know what it is they really were interested in, the value of your post, and then asking them if they would like to see more, and that's when you would send their link. But you don't just send without asking, okay? Let me read these other questions. I've never read a long post all the way through. Yes, I just don't have the time, okay? I just don't have the time. The only people who I probably read their whole post all the way through are, well, for starters, all of you who are part of the bootcamp, because I literally have been following and checking up with your cover photos, your profiles, your bios, your content on your page, your groups. I've been following. And the Academy ladies, the ladies in the Academy, they get my full undivided attention. I'm completely in it for my my students. So those are the only ones. Those are the only ones. Everyone else, you know, I skim read. I'm guilty of it. And that's why this is a really good thing, because majority of us are like that. So you have to think it goes both ways. Okay. Hey, Missy, thanks for watching. Are lives higher in engagement statistics than a post? That's a really good question. I do have some training on that coming up tomorrow, Angela, but that's a really good question. And lives are favored more than a regular post. So you are going to get more views, but there are still factors that come into play, okay? And let me see, am I giving you these tips tomorrow? I'm going to be giving you... I'm going to be going over all of that tomorrow, so you guys do not want to miss that. How you can get better engagement, okay? How you can get actual better engagement, the exact how-to, okay? So, but that's a really good question. Okay, so we went over, are you captivating with your content, right? Are you hooking them, okay? And we covered that most people do not read all the way to the bottom of your post. It's literally 10 to 20%, okay? And then that's if you have quality leads to begin with, okay? So if you take a look at my engagement, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's died off a bit because I've been really involved in everyone else and not keeping up with my posts. So you can see it's died off a bit. But I have a really, I've dialed in on my niche. I have really amazing connections, right? So if you do that, imagine if you just have maxed out your friends list and you have all these people showing up. Now you're going to have even less people showing up, right? And commenting. You're probably feeling like, well, I have 5,000 friends. How come I have no engagement? How come no one's commenting on this awesome piece of content that I put together and poured my heart out in, right? Nobody's going to read it because it's too long. You probably haven't titled it, and you've probably just chunked it into these big blobs, right? You want to leave the eye down. You want to use emojis. You want to really focus on value, okay? And urgency, okay? And ask a question. Asking a question is probably the best piece of advice that I can give anyone, and it's made a massive difference in my content and the way I show up. And because I find it really helps people think right off the start. Okay, it really gets them invested. Number 2, you guys, is you don't want to overwhelm with too much in a post. So we kind of touched on this a little bit, but where you have so say you're so passionate about something and you have this thing on your mind that you want to share about, what I would recommend to do is, instead of writing this huge like chunk of content, like a blog post, like a literally a page in a book, instead of doing that, I would recommend breaking it up into sessions or sections or topics. Okay, so what you could do is you could have like a part 1 and a part 2, and you can literally say that. You can literally say, you know, this has been so passionate and on my heart. This is a topic that I think so many need to know about. You can share the value, you can share the tips, but then you want to break it up. And even better would be to say, you know, put part of it, keep that curiosity and the interest, right? Using like the ... and be like, for the rest of this information, you guys, I have so much more value to give. Come and listen in my Profitable Mompreneur community, because I'm going to be sharing how you can do XYZ that we talked about today, right? So easy. People are invested. They heard the first part. They're really interested and invested in it. They're likely going to want an invite to come over to your group, right? So send me a message, drop an emoji if you want to hear the rest of this, right? And I'm going to be sharing that in my Profitable Mompreneur community, okay? Or send me a message, right? So hopefully that is making sense, so you can break it up. You could also do it in like a series, like think of like a book series or like a TV series. Like that's the idea I'm kind of wanting you to like get here, right? Instead of doing it all at one time, then it's helping you have content for a few days rather than just you know, always trying to like come up with something amazing, but then no one's watching or reading because it's too darn long, right? And the whole point is for you to be able to share, get that voice out, share that message, okay? So, and all of you have so many products and so many different opportunities to offer. such great opportunities for people to be part of, especially right now, right? Especially right now, that you don't want people to just be, you know, zoning out and turning into that zombie, okay? Okay, so what is the other thing I have down here? Yeah, make sure you have your call to action, okay? Number 3 is, this is a good one. And this is when I see people, they just don't really know. And this is something I learned over time, is to use those original, organic, and like unique and authentic posts and pictures. Okay, so if you see something of someone else's and you really like it, don't just share it to your page or your wall, okay? Not your page. We're not talking about business pages. We don't need business pages. We only need a personal profile and our group, okay? So if you see something you really like, do not share it to your personal profile, okay? What you want to do is you want to make it new again, okay? You want to make it yours. It's still what that person created. You still give them credit. You say, you can put their name, you can say, you know, especially if it's something about, you know, like a charity or lost pets or things like that that you're really passionate about but you want to share, try and make it yours. Don't just share it to your page, because no one's going to see that. No one sees that stuff, okay? It just doesn't get views and it doesn't get seen. Facebook, you're posting it there, you think people are seeing it, but really no one's seeing it, okay? Oh, I'm dropping paper here. No one's seeing it, and so you're really defeating the purpose, right? So make sure you're not just sharing that stuff over to your page. And then as for quotes and stuff, if you see a quote that you really like, and say it's on Pinterest, and you're going to share it over there, what I would recommend to do, and these are golden nuggets, you guys, is to make it new again, because it has a lot to do with like the algorithm and all that mathematical jargon that goes on behind the scenes that I know nothing about, right? All those ones and zeros. Like if you just picture, I can't remember what movie it was, but it's just like a screen of like ones and zeros and like what it looks like literally in the mind of like somebody who's so incredibly smart with computers and stuff. That's just like the algorithm basically, right? So it's already kind of tallied up how many times that piece of that image or that quote or whatever has been used. So what you want to do is you want to either run it through Canva or whatever site that you use and make a change to it, right? Add your name to it, add the name of your group to it. I'm an important person tonight. I'm getting another phone call. That never happens. So what you want to do is, I'm sorry you guys, what you want to do is you want to add a your name of your group to it, what your branding to it, okay? Or even better is just go into Canva and type out the quote again, make it your own with the font that matches your branding, with the colors, right? With the things you like, and then post it on your profile, okay? Because that makes it new again. And then when you get engagement on that, which I'm going to teach you how to do tomorrow, when you get engagement on that, it's new again, it's fresh again, and it's yours. It's yours. Even though, you know, it might have been something that Dwayne Johnson said, like some powerful quote, right? You're making it new again, okay? So I hope that makes sense, okay? So things that you would do that for are like shared quotes, shared posts, right? There's even been things that I've seen before that I love that someone else posted, and you can get ideas from other people's content. But if they've said it so well that you just want to give them a shout out and you just want to like take what they've said, you know, you can put the little quotations around it like it's theirs, right? At the beginning and end, like the quotes. And you can say, you know, I borrowed this from so-and-so because it was so amazing, said all the right things, shout out to her, you would tag her, and then you could do your post. And you would want to use, again, going back to using original images and, you know, organic and imperfect. That's, when I say that, I'm talking about like your own selfies and your own photos from experience, using just a picture of myself, just a picture of the kids, something that I took with my like phone, right? That always does better than something that has been totally touched up, something, you know, like if I have like the photo from my book cover, if I have photos that were like actual like downloads from a photographer. If I have it myself on my phone, it always works better than something else that's been touched up like that, okay? So that's just another little tip. That's why your selfies and stuff work best. People relate more to that kind of stuff. Once in a while, having, you know, something that's super sharp and, you know, it was taken really nice, that's fine. But if you're always showing up with things that look like they're touched up and photoshopped and all this stuff, that it just doesn't have the same like engagement and traffic to it than something that's original and unique, okay? So is adding stickers enough to make a shared post new again? As long as you're adding something to it, you're not going to share, okay? So no, you're not going to share a post at all. You don't want to share a post. You want to make a shared, so if it was something from someone else's page and you're going to hit share to share it to yours, unless it's some kind of like major educational value piece of content that can help other people, don't do it. Like if it's, you're constantly sharing things like, what are things that I see? Like when animals go missing, or when someone's cars got broken into, or, you know, like the news type things. If you're just sharing things like that all the time, just don't do that, okay? It's better to make a post talking about it, okay? You know, this is weighing on my heart. I saw that this dog was missing. Its name is Spot. It was last seen in this area. I hope that the owners find it, right? Something like that. That's better because people will actually see it. But if you're just sharing something like the news that's like it literally just been passed around to everyone, no, don't do it. Christina, what do you mean by what about a video share? Like if I was to ask you to share one of my videos, the education type video that's on my newsfeed. So if I was going live talking about this on my personal profile and I said, share this out, you know, to people, sharing is caring. Yeah, that's good. And you can give prizes and stuff for that too. You can do things like that because you're not going to be doing it all the time. Yes, that kind of stuff's good because you're still giving value. You're kind of associating yourself with that person, which is really good for you too, getting eyes from their audience in front of you as well. Then that's okay. But when you do things, I'm trying to read this long, when you do things where you're sharing like, yeah, news type stuff, no one's seeing it. So it's better for you to like make a new post about it, okay? So Angela's saying, sorry. So I guess what I was trying to say is that I find a quote and I like it. And I like the image behind it. If I take that quote and I add hearts or like an oh my gosh emoji to it, yeah, that's helpful. Like if you're doing it in your stories and stuff, it's not that big of a deal. In stories, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But if you're going to do an actual post on your wall, you want that post to like get some engagement and take up some, you know, get some views, right? Because you don't want to have to post 3 times a day. You want to only have to post once a day, twice a day tops, because you don't want to compete with your own posts, right? So you want to space them out as well. They want to be spaced out 4 to 6 hours. Because otherwise you literally are competing with your own posts, especially if you actually are getting engagement on a post. Don't go and post something again right after, because now you just bumped your own post out of the way, okay? So, but if you're doing your own type of post, yeah, put something on it. Just run it through Canva quickly. Run it through Canva and put your name or put your whatever on it, okay? So let me see if there's any more questions below this. Okay, so I do have some bonus tips for you guys, like as if that wasn't enough. I always have to add more. I think I end up adding more to begin with. That was more than 3. I had 3 for you, but that was definitely more than 3. By the way, you guys, I have some more giveaways happening tomorrow, okay? I said I was going to do it today, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow because that's our last day, so why not wait till the last day? So for those of you who have been partaking in boot camp, have been enjoying it, playing along, for those of you who are here now and you haven't been part of boot camp, you can still be involved, right? Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing another giveaway, okay? So for those of you who use the hashtag, the profitable just use the hashtag the profitable mompreneur and do a post, a value post with that hashtag and tag me. I'm going to be entering you into another draw, okay? And I would like to see, the reason why I want you to do this is so I can come over, share the love, see how the engagement is going, and like, let's get you some views, you guys. Let's get you some views, some traffic, okay? And this way I know what's happening. I can see what's happening. I can help you out, okay? And I want to see that you're understanding this, okay? So let's do some value posts of any kind. Could be educational, could be funny, could be business related, could be product related, could be a conversation post. But do that, okay? Do that with the hashtag the profitable mompreneur, okay? Even yourself doing your homework, that's fine, okay? And I'm going to be entering you guys into some draws. That's going to be one of the giveaways tomorrow, okay? So the bonus tips. Let's get into the bonus tips, okay? There are some things that I said repeatedly as I was giving you examples because they are so hard to not say, but these are things that are known to flag you and get you less views, okay? Now, I don't want you worrying so much about these things that you don't take action. But I do want to share them with you because it's a leg up that you can have over other online marketers online, okay? Because a lot of people don't know these things, or they forget and they don't use this, okay? So, firstly, I'm going to talk about mostly when you're posting, okay? When you're posting, I'm going to give you some words that I would love for you to kind of avoid using or think of another way that you can change it into a different way of saying it, okay? When you're going live, it's really hard. I still slip up and use these words myself when I'm going live, and I just have learned to brush it off because you don't want it to slip you up so much that you don't go live, or that you don't make the impact that you want to make and create that value, okay? So let's just focus on this for your posts, okay? So when you're writing out the content in your posts, okay? So these are words that you should not use and that you should try to change up, okay? Because they're considered engagement baiting. And you may have heard me talk about these before, but I thought that this would work really good with this training because these are tips for creating content that converts. Okay, so that means we want to get you as many eyes and as much traffic to it as possible. And all the tips I've given you so far are going to help you do that along with these, okay? So some words that are considered engagement baiting are when you say comment below, right? If you say comment below and you write that out into your post, that is telling people what you want them to do. Yes, we want you to have a call to action, right? But Facebook wants you to be social and not selling. So they have gotten smart, right? The algorithm has gotten smart, and they recognize these words now from people overusing them and being spammy, and people probably blocking those people or flagging them and whatnot. So now it stands out. So what you want to do instead of using those words is come up with something. Rather than saying comment below, you can either add emojis into the words, okay? I wish I had like a way to show you, but in your emojis, there's in one of the little options, there's a thing that says, there's a M's. It looks like an M. I don't know if it's a money symbol or what. You'll see me use that. Sometimes if I'm saying the word comment, I'll use the smile emoji. It's like the teeth like this, because it kind of looks like an E or something to me, I always find. So instead of an E, I'll use that. But I really try to break those words up. Another word that I didn't add to this list that I just thought of now is using the word free. When you use the word free, you can't even like space it out, put periods between it, or anything like that anymore without that still being recognized, because Facebook starts to recognize it the more people are doing that. If you think 1 billion users are on Facebook every single day, then it starts to really recognize those things. So you just have to be smarter of how you're writing them out, okay? So comment below, share, right? If you want to say share this, you'd have to think of other ways to say it, like If you have friends who would love to see this or who could benefit from this, let them know, right? You could say it that way. And send them back here, right? You could say something like that because it doesn't recognize that. That's not something that's used a lot, right? So let me know if this is making sense, you guys. Give me some fire if this is making sense. Okay? Pass it along. Yes, pass it along. So easy. That's such an easy way to say it. I got to start saying pass it along when I'm going live, because it's when I'm live that it's retraining these things that are conditioned in us, right? It's all these things, just like I've been teaching you in the boot camp so far, that you've been conditioned and trained to do, that I'm trying to retrain your brain not to do. And it takes 10,000 hours to master something, okay? So don't be hard on yourself. These are just tips to help you, okay? And realize that it doesn't have to be perfect. It's that imperfect action that makes all the difference, okay? So I love seeing the fire come in. I love seeing the fire come in. Let me see, what am I missing? Oh, I can't seem to scroll down. Okay. Okay. So yes, you don't want to say comment, you don't want to see free, you want to use emojis. Yeah, send a message. That's another engagement baiting word. If you say, send me a message, right? So you'd want to break that up with emojis. Think of another way to say it, okay? Even when you say drop an emoji, I don't know for sure about that one, but if you can think of another way, you know, sometimes I don't even say the word below, even by itself. I'll just like point down. I say chat a lot. I'll say, leave me a, I do say comment. I'll say, leave me a comment in the description. Leave me a fire emoji in the chat. Like I say things like that. So it's really thinking of those things. Okay. So I really wanted to just be able to give you those ideas to be ahead of the game with other people, but I don't want you to focus on that so much that you're not showing up and creating content. Especially, you know, this is easy to adjust when you're making a post because you can look at it, reread it, edit it, right? And I want you to do that. I want you to do that before you do a post, because I want you to think about those first couple things that we covered, right? About not making it too long. So when you do a post, I want you to stop, read it, and see what you can take out. What can be left behind that doesn't need to be there, okay? What can you remove and just leave the biggest, most important points to get your message across, okay? So that's what I want you to think to do. Tomorrow we're going to be covering, this is going to be a good one, you guys. This is going to be one you're going to want to see too. Content examples, okay? I'm going to give you actual examples and how you can how you can like do promotions with your posts. I'm going to give you actual different types of posts that you can use, and how you can get more engagement and more tips and hacks, okay? Some more of those tips and hacks, okay? So make sure you're not missing tomorrow. Plus we'll be doing those giveaways, okay? So don't forget to do #theprofitablemompreneur. Let's see your value posts, okay? Some of you it's like afternoon or morning where you are. Some of you it's night. So for those of you who it's nighttime, wait and do the post tomorrow. Just make sure you're tagging me and make sure you're doing #ProfitableMompreneur if you want to be entered for that, okay? And you know, all of these things, you guys, all of these things, I know it can seem overwhelming, okay? I know that on top of all the other things that you're trying to learn, that, you know, this is probably the easiest and the most fun for you, because it's something that you're already been doing and being conditioned to do. So now it's like, okay, I have these extra little tips and hacks that can help me along the way, right? But for everything else we've went through, for all of those other, you know, targeting your niche, that's a little bit trickier and harder, right, to zone in on. How to build that quality audience, how to have that quality audience show up and ask you for what you want so that your sales come more naturally, right? All of those things can have you feeling a little bit hesitant, right? They can have you feeling a little bit, I don't want to say the O word, but they can have you feeling that way, right? And so if that's you, right, if you're feeling those ways, we have opened up the academy. Okay, we've opened up our 12-month academy, and it is available for those of you who have been here showing up. All you have to do is, even those of you who are seeing this now, who might not be part of boot camp, but you're seeing this all of a sudden, we have a 12-month academy. And if you mention it, you will also be included in the discount. Okay, so for only you and for only this time, okay, this is the one and only time that these prices are going to be available at 20% off. Okay, that is a savings of $2,400 right off the top. Okay, and then I've included some amazing accelerator bonuses, okay, those fast action bonuses for those of you who are jumping in. For those who pay in full, you're actually even getting a mastermind session for myself with your team. Okay, so something like this, a topic that you want, that I could be showing up and teaching for you and your team to help them grow and scale. Okay, that is included for those who pay in full. That's a $2,997 value, okay? Almost $3,000, you guys. So that's an additional price taken off, okay, of the 12-month academy, okay? This has never been gifted before, okay? And then the last thing that we have is for those of you, whether you're coming in pay in full or whether you need to choose the monthly payment options, because I make these options available for everyone so that everyone has a fair chance to grow and scale their businesses, okay? Because I've been there too. I have been there too, and I know it's hard. But for those of you who want to do the monthly payments, you're still getting something as well, okay? We're still offering some social media audits, okay? Full social media audits, and that's available for the first 3, okay? So 12-month academy, 20% off, which is massive, okay? And these other bonuses as well. That all goes away on Tuesday night, okay, at 11:59 p.m. So tomorrow at 11:59 p.m., okay? And I would like to point out what is all entailed, okay? I talk about these savings and how amazing it is, but what good is that if you don't know what you get in it, okay? Everything that you've seen here, everything that we have done together in the past few days, that you have found so valuable, that you have been leaning in on your charity here and wishing there was more of, and that you have been in DMs asking me for help with, is what you get in the academy. The experience, the accountability, and the support. That's the biggest thing, right? You have me in your pocket to come to ask for advice, to get guidance, to get like literal exact answers, okay? We have templates, we have resources, we have the live training every single week, okay? It's that full support and accountability that you've been missing in the past and that keeps people failing, okay? That is what I like and that I am so passionate about being able to bring forward to you. And that is why you're seeing the success stories from the ladies who I've interviewed over the past few days and why they are finally getting results in their business, okay? So that is the difference. If you're asking yourself, how is this going to be different than something that I've done before? That's the difference, okay? If you can see over the past few days what you've done with me and you've enjoyed it and you've got value, then you can, this is a piece of what you're going to get inside of that academy, okay? So if you're feeling on the fence, if you're feeling tired of putting in all of that effort and just getting such little result, if you're tired of dragging your team along and, just barely getting by because you're actually paying more for your products than you're making, right? If you are, you need something different, you need to create that omnipresence, but you don't know how to shorten the path, you don't know how to go deep and to be able to create that presence that brings people to you, right? Like you've seen and heard the stories of, right? And that I've been showing you. If you're frustrated with not getting those results, then this academy is for you, okay? We have covered inside the academy mindset, okay? Because mindset is where we all need to begin always, okay? This is something that, I try to get in and go over quite a bit, even in talks with the ladies personally. We cover mindset very often, okay? It's so important, okay? We learn how to optimize and set up your profile, okay? Getting your social media house in order is very, very essential for growing and scaling your business, and something that is just not taught inside of network marketing companies, okay? Creating and re-engaging the groups that you already have, okay? That's a huge monumental piece of what I teach in the academy and what can help you really grow and scale your business, okay? That I can't cover with you obviously in this bootcamp, but that is really leading into it, and I'm really excited to get into that. Marketing and sales, okay? How to generate those quality leads. Social selling on social media is what you need to know how to do right now, and those are the skills you need moving forward. Without that, you really do not have a business. So whether you think you have a business or not, and you're showing up and doing those posts and they seem to be doing okay right now, you need to have the skills in order to market and sell on social media, okay? Going live with confidence, okay? How many of you are actually going live? How many of you are monetizing on the things that you're doing and you think you're doing well? How many of you are actually monetizing on it, okay? And consistently. That is what we cover inside the academy and in depth, okay? So much more, okay? Too much to go over. There will be YouTube, Instagram, guest speakers, guest trainers. Again, that monthly or that weekly live training, that full-time support and accountability, access to me ongoing 24/7, and all of that is available to you right now. The doors are open and I am inviting you in, okay? And tomorrow is the last day, okay? So this is when, if you have any questions, if you are on the fence, if you're just need to have a chat with me, now is the time. There are no wrong questions. I'm very laid back and easy to chat with. I'm not going to force you into something that you don't want to do or that you don't think you can do. I'm here to offer you that ear to listen and to maybe help you come up with a way that you can work it out, okay? So again, I look forward to chatting with all of you. I look forward to seeing your posts, okay? Don't forget, hashtag the profitable mompreneur. And if you want to have a chat, it looks like Angelo has posted the links there, so you can click on that. There is an option to have a chat in there, or you can send me a private message and we can chat like that as well, okay? So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow and to seeing all the posts that you're gonna post with the hashtag, okay? Take care.